I've said it before, functional wellness is a moving target, but we can hit it if we know a few things before we try. Now, when we're dealing with somebody's wellness, that's their future risk, and that's the things they can do to help themselves help you do a better job. We're looking at their behavioral health and their movement health. But I'm going to dip into a little bit of science here. The way people survey, the way their brain answers questions about themselves, and the way their body answers questions on a movement screen could be very different. Meaning, you may think you're doing well, but if your body shows us a lot of risk factors, doesn't matter what you think. Your body is running the show. So we first want to make sure that the decisions you're making aren't causing the problems your body is telling us you have. So there's a little thing there, but there's a way to unpack this. And so we've got to be constantly vigilant about people's behavioral health, okay? If you're clinically depressed, today isn't the day to start exercise. It's probably not going to work out good for you. So we've got to sort of consider all this in one. But usually we test the brain on surveys and the body on screens. I don't believe what you're telling me about flexibility when it's so easy to check. You see how that goes. Now, we come up with two major categories where I see fitness, health, and wellness influencers trying to make impact. They either tell you how to care for yourself or how to adjust your activity level. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the one thing that I want to ask is, from what baseline are they working? And remember, it's better to cover good enough in stuff like breathing, sleep, nutrition, all these variables that sort of inform your behavior and your body. It's better to be good enough in all those instead of have a single superlative in one and broken things everywhere else. I had an opportunity to talk with an author that I'm a huge fan of, and it's Michael Easter. He wrote a book called The Comfort Crisis, and it literally mapped out some of the journeys I've been on with my own physical problems. And if we as clinicians can't embrace the philosophy we're imparting to others, if we as trainers, coaches, educators can't sort of eat the meals we're making for other people, then we've got to reflect back on that, because your level of integrity, believe it or not, oozes out of whether you're walking the walk or not. And what I said a while back is our words got to sort of be transferred into work. So don't be comfortable with not good enough. Do you know how many times in my life I've been comfortable with not good breathing? I've broken my nose 3 times. I've had a lot of sinus infections. I was born a mouth breather because of a lot of allergies and a lot of problems. It took me 3 years to fix my breathing. And James Nestor told us a lot about that in his book, Breath. Now, my sleep's been broken forever because my breathing's been broken forever, but I don't sleep well. Well, I was very comfortable not sleeping well till I saw what a wearable told me about sleep. And the fact that if I get in bed before 10 and don't drink a lot of alcohol, sleep is better, okay? But I was comfortable with not good enough in breathing and sleep. So my self-care was already rock bottom. Do I know what good nutrition is? Absolutely. Do I eat foods that cause unnecessary inflammation with a huge amount of musculoskeletal problems? Yeah, I've done that too, okay? So right here, I'm expecting exercise and activity level to fix my problem, because when we look at people who confront exercise professionals, they're wanting you to adjust their activity level and help them with their body comp, okay? Whereas movement health, your movement screen, your movement assessment, your movement test, tell me why you're not active enough and why your BMI looks that way. You know what else tells me that? Your past medical history, how many injuries you have and how many are still on you. So Michael and I got into this back and forth conversation is I honestly think that without this unbelievable transparency, and a wearable will help, a pro will help, a person who's already been through it can help. But if you're comfortable with not good enough, I don't think you can become well. But the minute you become uncomfortable with not good enough, you'll do what I did. You'll figure out how to fix your breathing. You'll basically use some sleep hygiene. You'll clean up your diet a little bit, and then if you still need some corrective and calibration, you'll get on that. And before you know it, the way you think about the way you move sort of gets aligned. Your activity level will adjust itself, your body comp will adjust itself, and some of the baggage from your history will go away because you were part of the problem, your behaviors were part of the problem, and wellness is about self-management and self-care, not just what exercise you do.